how's it going, guys? Spencer Rawlson here. I run the boundary and guidance line creation side for Farmers First Agronomy. Just kind of a quick sheet of, why are boundaries and guidance lines important? Well, for starters, I know a lot of guys, they are very particular on how they kind of want their lines, yet they are creating new lines year after year, or guys that help them are creating new lines year after year. It's never quite consistent. So, what I've kind of looked at and gone toward is drawing one line that is on every screen that is repeatable year after year. Whether you use RTK, SF1, I can come in and put in that guidance line year after year and make sure that it's going to be just right, just perfect for you, year in and year out. What I'm doing this for is, say you've got, you plant corn and you want to go back and put on anhydrous 28, whatever. Over time, you find yourself hitting that inch shift button left or right throughout the field. Well, this kind of eliminates that, being that you're going to be on the same exact guidance line, same heading, same angle, everything, and you shouldn't have to shift. Obviously, RTK is going to be better than SF1, as that repeatability is going to be there throughout the whole field. But as long as the guidance line is the same, you should see reduced shifting as you go across the field. I also got another bullet point there that says ability to have straight lines along every boundary edge. So as you're going, you might want to hit up all the straight sides on your field, so you've got perfect edges along everything. So you're covering all the way over to your boundary edge, and you're not leaving any gaps, or you're not overplanting into the road ditch or anything like that. So that's kind of a benefit there. There's really no more hand driving along the ends as long as it's straight. And if you utilize some other technology, it'll even take care of the curves as well. Kind of have in here as well, better accuracy along poles or signs or trees. So I can come in with my gator. That's how I draw everything, lines, boundaries. And I can put the pole so many feet away that it's not really going to hit anything, barring any technological failures. But your planters, your tillage tools, they're not going to hit. You're going to get as close as possible without hitting. And like I said, barring any technological failures, kind of minimizes the need for good depth perception. So if you have an older farmer that they can't see as far or tell where they're at, and so they either swing out way too far and miss a little bit, or they get too close and damage something, this is a benefit there. And then it eliminates swinging in and out of poles. I know some guys like swinging in and out, like farming between the poles, or poles are set so far into the field where you have to. But if they're along the edges, we can set it to where you are not swinging in and out constantly. And then kind of last bullet point for people that do utilize it, there's usefulness of newer features on Gen 4, Gen 5 screens. We can get we can get better settings for section control along boundary edges. So I know a lot of guys with sprayers, you hear complaints where their sprayer booms are shutting off because they get one nozzle outside that boundary edge. And so if you're running the 7-section machine, that right or left boundary side might shut off, and then you're not spraying 10 15 feet, whatever that boundary section is. It also sets you up for better auto track turn automation if you utilize it. New feature of auto path by boundary, and then boundary track as well. So kind of coming into what you're seeing here, this is probably what a lot of your guys' ops centers screens look like. So you've got multiple lines in here from multiple years. You've got, angles in here. You've got 2 or 3 starting lines on this side of the field, 2 or 3, end lines there. It looks very clustered. And when you go into your screen, all you're seeing is a bunch of end north, east angle, east sprayer, just a bunch of names that when other people get in, it's pretty confusing. So kind of what my goal is to come in and clean that up for you guys. So you've got a lot cleaner, You got one line here that you're using year after year for your end north, your same main east line, and then kind of what I was saying earlier, where I come in and draw a straight edge around each part of the field. These are all end rows, so those are all going to be straight. And then you can use a boundary track for things like here, or if you don't have that feature or don't want to utilize it, I can come in and make a straight line along all that stuff. It's pretty seamless on my end. It's pretty awesome when it works out. So some guys stuff, some of you guys out there might have boundaries that look kind of jagged. If you create a boundary by a previous operation, such as planting or harvesting, your corners might look jagged. And if you do have a section control, this part right from here to here isn't going to spray. So that can be a potential issue. If you have things that look like this, you're shutting your section control off on that sprayer, so you can spray outside. Technically this is outside the boundary, so it's not going to spray. So kind of what my thought process is come in and draw these accurately for you guys, fix them so they are, corner to corner to corner to corner. It's seamless all the way around. So it doesn't matter if this field was one whole square, I'd draw 4 lines around it, call it good. Or if you've got, you know, 7, 8 different end rows, it's doesn't matter. It's all pretty seamless to do with the gator and everything else like that. So just kind of a quick overview of what I'm offering, what I do, kind of let you guys know what's available to you if you choose to do it. I recommend it if you're having trouble with, year after year you're making a new line, and then coming back in following that with the um, side dress bar, or the next year coming in with the beam planter and you're just constantly shifting, you know, from this side of the field to this side of the field. This is a 147-acre field. So by the time you start here and get over to here, you're going to be shifting pretty much that whole time you're planting. Yeah, this is just a kind of simple overview of what I do. And if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself, or Scott or Brian in the office, and we can set something up and kind of talk you through a little more, or walk you through, sit down and walk you through something. And if you want to do it, we can hook you up and get you on the list for this fall. So yeah, once again, my name's Spencer Ralston. I'm with Farmer First Agronomy, and we would love to work with you. So just let me know. Thanks.